YouTube, what is up? It's new side-by-side day, and I am excited to talk about the new Polaris Pro R. So we have two releases today. We have a Pro R and a Turbo R. I think I'm going to focus on the Pro R in this video, and then I will go back to the Turbo R because it's also super, super cool. So brand new two-seater and four-seater due out, I think, early spring is what I'm hearing, starting around $32,000 and then going up. They're doing like the three different models, like the premium, ultimate, I think is it the sport. So we have three different models. The one you're looking at here is the launch edition. In the launch edition, we have this yellow, red, and black. It's pretty sick. And then we also have this orange and black, which is also really cool. So these are probably the first two that will hit the showroom floor are going to be these launch editions, and I'm sure they're going to want a little bit extra for these color combos, but really, really cool. Okay, so big things on this thing. It's all new. It is an all new chassis. We have an all new motor. We have all new suspension design. It is crazy. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the chassis. So we have a one-piece welded frame. Really cool. So like on the Turbo S, it was all bolted together, so I like to see that. We've got a one-piece stronger frame, and then we have a new top cage radius, which I really think is cool looking on here. Super, super cool. It's going to be comfortable. Got a little more headroom with that radius, which I think is also neat. And then let's talk about wheelbase and suspension. So this car is 74 inches wide and 104 inches long. That's 2 inches wider and 2 inches longer than the X3. So pretty crazy. I think this thing is going to be a racer's dream. It is going to go through the open desert like nothing you have seen before. The suspension design and the geometry and the width and the length is going to be incredible. And I can't wait to drive the Pro R. So yeah, I am just stoked on that. We've got stronger axles, stronger knuckles, bigger brakes, fully boxed A-arms. We've got a new design in the rear. I don't have a good picture of the rear of the car, sorry, but we have a new toe link bar that goes through the trailing arm and is their patented design to keep that wheel straight up and down going through whoops. So really, really cool stuff they've done here. Let's talk about the motor. The motor, we have a 2-liter 4-cylinder. Polaris came out with this motor about 2 years ago. They put it in a slingshot. I've heard that it's kind of like similar to like a Honda motor. It's kind of like a Honda knockoff. But anyways, it is front to back in the car. And you have the transmission in front of the motor instead of behind. So it looks like they've tried to pull the weight to the center of the car. And then you have a CVT behind the seat, 2 drive shafts that go out to 2 independent differentials. They have an all-new 4-wheel drive system, I'm pretty sure, in this car. So it's just, when I say ground up, this thing is ground up redesign. It looks strong. It looks fast. It looks like it can take some serious jumping. Really, really cool. But so yeah, 225 horsepower, NA motor. It's going to be simple. As far as that's one cool thing about NA is you have a lot less piping and a lot less things to worry about. So again, it's going to be, I believe, a reliable power plant. It's going to stay cool. It's going to be awesome. It's just going to be freaking awesome. Another big deal on the motor. I don't have any pictures of it right now, but it has an alternator. 1700 amp alternator. This is freaking awesome. So when you start racing these things, you start putting on GPSs and pumpers and particle separators and lights and chase lights and just all these things, your nav systems, it just starts pulling a crap load of power. And having an alternator, that's double the power output. It's almost double the power output of a regular Turbo S. You know, their stator did about 900, and this is 1700, so crazy. Really excited about that. It's a little heavy. But I think most of that is like good heavy. I think they've done a lot of frame reinforcing. The motor, I would say, is about 170 pounds or 150 pounds heavier than the regular two-cylinder turbo. So the motor and tranny is definitely a little bit heavier. So you're getting about 150 pounds extra weight there. But I think a lot of the weight has gone into the robust chassis and just making everything stronger. And this thing is going to be a desert racing killer, dude. This thing is just going to dominate as far as I can tell. It'll be exciting to see if anybody else has got something else comparable coming, because this is a serious step in off-road side by side. So we also have a five lug wheel. It's a 15-inch wheel with these 32-inch, I think they call them a Rampage Fury tire. So looks like a cool tire. It's a Maxxis tire. I've always been super stoked on Maxxis tires. They make good stuff. It looks like a tough tire. So I'm excited to see that in action. I'm sure you could probably run some 35s on this thing. But yeah, what else? Oh, we have a new version of Live Valve. They're calling it Live Valve DV. It has independent rebound and compression settings. So it can adjust the rebound and compression 200 times a second independently. So super cool. Takes all the other inputs off the car. Man, once you've had Live Valve or their dynamic suspension, it is really hard to go back. It's expensive. You know, they want some money for this tech, but dude, the Fox Live Valve shocks, you know, I have mine tuned by my guy at Desert Speed, and the car is just comfortable and fast, and it soaks up everything. And I love the Live Valve. I am a fan of Live Valve. It'd be hard for me not to get the Fox Live Valve on any new car. It's just worth it. It's just worth it. So really, really cool. What else we got? Of course, you can have all your accessories. You have your Rockford Fosgate radio stuff, which probably they can get some higher output out of now because you have more power for the speakers with that alternator. Of course, your ride command, navigation, all your communications. They've really done a good job with their technology, and it just keeps getting better every year. So it's going to be awesome. We've got better cooling on this car. We have a gigantic radiator up front, and it looks like we have some really cool vents. It's pulling the heat out of the front of the cab up here high, which I like to see also. We have new sway bar designs. So sway bar is in the front, and it's a 3-piece. So technically, you could adjust the ride. You could adjust the stiffness of the sway bar, which is cool. It has that front and rear. That's a racing style sway bar. That's how most of the guys upgraded their Turbo S to this style of sway bar. So really cool. Looks like Polaris was listening. To me, it feels like they build a race car. You know, this is a race car. It's not cheap, but considering you shouldn't have to do that much aftermarket stuff on this thing. I mean, the racers are going to put a fuel cell and a top cage in this thing, and maybe some bumpers and a couple of lights, and it's like ready to race. So really cool, really cool. So I am stoked on this machine. I'm sure you guys are too. I mean, I want one. I'll just say it. I want a Pro R. It just looks freaking awesome. What more do you want? I mean, this thing is crazy. It is crazy. It's going to be so cool. Here's the picture of the 4-seater. It's big. It's almost as big as a Can-Am now. So 4-seater, 74 wide, 133.5 long. So crazy. They're getting big. It's going to be comfy. It's going to be a nice rig. Let's get to the pictures. I really liked this. This color combo is cool. So this is just the regular Ultimate here. In this blue and red. I think it looks freaking awesome. But yeah, guys, I don't know. What do you think? Are you a buyer of a Pro R? I think I am. I think it's going to be a game changer. It's going to be just incredible. I can't wait to get my hands on one. Anyways, guys, hope you're all doing good. Getting ready for Baja. Should be out doing some pre-running. Hopefully some cool videos coming. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.